Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're here for the first time, you know what to do. Subscribe and hit the bell notifications to get pop-ups on your scholarship application processes. How do you get fully funded scholarships that are involved in providing your tuition fees, giving you a travel package, and also obviously giving you a stipend. So if you're here for the first time, like I say, subscribe. If you've been here with us for a very long time, you are the real MVP. So today we're going to talk about statement of purpose, letter of motivation, cover letter. Is there any difference at all? Why all these names?
Now, if you see SOP is statement of purpose, LOM is letter of motivation. Now, letter of motivation is actually the same as cover letter, but people use cover letter when you're going to look for a job. Okay, so if you see some online scholarship, they ask that you can write a cover letter or a letter of motivation. I see them actually the same, depending on where you're applying to, what the terms. They use a lot of fancy terms to describe what they want, but as I was saying, they are somewhat similar, but they communicate slightly a different message. So SOP, just like it says, statement of purpose. Now think about it. It's a statement of purpose. That purpose is where you want to get to, your purpose-driven life. Where do you want to get to? Now, letter of motivation, just like it's a letter, you have to, it's the same, it's almost like you lifting what a statement of purpose is and just addressing it as a form of letter. So with that letter aspect attached to it, you need a writer's address, obviously a recipient's address, a salutation, dear sir or madam, a subscription, yours faithfully, yours, all of that added to it. So that's what makes the difference. It's actually like the same as a statement of purpose, but it's a letter in the same way. So one of the things I saw somewhere saying that usually personal statements are more personal and refer to the past. So things you've had to do in the past, but motivation letter is that it has your personal elements that you're doing and how it is focusing on your future plans and what you prove to achieve or what you aim to achieve. So with a letter of motivation, you refer to like a past achievement only as a proof of your commitment towards your future goal. So your the investment that somebody will be able to invest into you as a to give you a fully funded scholarship will be based on things that you've had to do in the past to be rest assured of the future investment. And that's a typical like business thinking. Obviously, use your past credentials to be able to tell whether your future investment is worth it or worthwhile. And so that is what a motivation letter does. So usually before you start writing a letter of motivation, you have to research about your university. Okay, that is offering you the postgraduate degree. Now go into their school website and find out about the program itself. Um, Find about the program. Then you have to highlight the main areas you want to include, important points, what you want to build around, how you want to enrich that content. Now, make the goal clear. Provide a short preview of the rest of the letter. So you just provide a short preview of what you're going to talk about generally in everybody. Now, for a letter, you obviously have probably the introduction, the body, which will summarize what you want to put or encompass, then the conclusion and wait to hear from the person, that sort of thing. So I'll just show an example. I think my time is also going. So I'll just show a typical example of how the letter of motivation is. Use that. Yeah. So that we'll use it to talk about it as much as possible. I think I need a full session, obviously, for that. But yeah, we're just going to highlight on that. Yeah, I have them open. Yeah. So if you can see, a student's address if possible, obviously your postgraduate address or an employer, usually for a PhD is a working, so you call whoever is funding you as an employer. Their name, obviously their name of the person in charge, if you know their name, or dear sir or madam. Be careful to use not to use both in certain terms, or that person, whether the person is male or female, you're not too sure, you can put dear sir or madam. usually it's more professional. Like I feel like I do a lot of research into the course or the academic degree where the thing is going to. As I mentioned the person's name, so the person will find out that I've had to research a lot about them. So paragraph one will obviously be to introduce yourself, what you studied. For example, a final year master's in a biology student or at a certain university, researching on so so and so. So I'll give you a typical example. So I was like, hi, I'm writing to express my interest in joining a biomedical science research group at the School of Applied Sciences in Edinburgh Napier University, which is ranked as the top Scottish modern university in 2021 and internationally recognized. Okay, so paragraph two, you want to say why you're interested in that course, show that you have done some research into the school's background and course, and highlight some of the courses that you're interested in. Now, make sure that you check whether it's a thesis-based or a research-based so that we know what you have in mind. Now, paragraph three, why should you be admitted into that course? Give examples of your specific experience which proves that you have qualified for that course. What relevant courses have you studied or have you worked on any project that is relevant to the course you're applying for? And describe any relevant work experience and link and skills gained from this course you're interested in. So also any other relevant work experience or courses into that, you have to be able to find that and target it to that particular master's degree you're applying for. Now, note that you have to make sure that other requirements relevant for the course, like some scholarship require English proficiency exam, and you should be able to state that you are documenting it as a PDF attached to this, or you have an English proficiency letter from your university that shows that over the years you have studied in English for 6 years. Now, example is that you also have to check how they're also acquiring certain certain documents. Like for a Swedish scholarship that was recently open, Nigerian applicants were supposed to send original transcripts via post, but Ghanaian applicants could upload it online. And all these things vary. There are some scholarships that Ghana has to submit certain things online, or they have to post it, and Kenya has to do something absolutely different. So you always have to read it and don't assume that things are the way they are. Now, paragraph 5 will tell you have to tell the admissions office what appeals to you about the graduate program you are interested in. Show that you have done some research or some thesis or some courses in your university or school, okay? And be very, very careful not to sound politically sensitive, not to mention a political sensitive history. And I know you know what I'm talking about. Paragraph 6, you have to give examples of experience or skills that you feel are important to mention and what will prove that you are qualified for the course you're applying for. Now also attach an extracurricular activity like your sports, your award, your volunteer work. Also explain what you developed from that activity in terms of time management, in terms of teamwork, initiative, commitment, and independence. Now, paragraph 7, finish the letter off with a paragraph saying that you're looking forward to hearing from the admissions office soon and you would like to thank them for reading the letter. Now, you can use yours faithfully or yours sincerely. Now, NB, if you started with the person's name, you should use yours sincerely. If you started with dear sir or madam, you should use yours faithfully. Then you end off with the student, your contact details, the student one, either email or your telephone number, whichever one that they could reach you on. So this is it for a letter of motivation and how this goes. So I'm also going to, how much time am I left with? If you leave me, I can talk for like ages, man. So I think that's the last one is your statement of purpose. And like you said, it's basically the same as like a letter of motivation, but this one you're not addressing, you don't have any salutation or subscription, dear sir or madam on those people. You have to write it like you're writing like a proposal, but it's actually, you have to read the course content, you check the modules, how you structure your essay in the direction of the course so that you don't have to write about a research when it's actually a thesis-based course, okay? Write down all your experiences, just like the letter of motivation as well, and which one best fits the course that you're applying for. Now, what did you learn from the courses in terms of skills? Did you learn some soft skills, some technical skills that is relevant to that particular course you're applying for? And how would you use those skills in that current concept? So I think this is the last thing. So I'm just going to show a typical example of one of my students, one of my mentees what do we call a statement of purpose and how she went about it. And we'll use that one to explain how I'm saying that. But it's basically, to be honest, the same as the letter of motivation. But this one is just highlighting, obviously, what without all the details that a letter has to be. So she started off with a statement of purpose. Obviously, the title sometimes is not important. This is just me trying to read her, and she's one of my students from Nigeria. She said she was applying for a public health position and University of Sydney, which she's actually in now. She stated that she read psychology and had the opportunity to work at maybe Center for Gender and Social Policy. Maybe you had the opportunity to work at Noguchi, or you had the opportunity to work at any research-based or biological science-related field doing an internship. And this we are talking about, she did it for just about a week, but she highlighted it. She said she worked in the Department of Mental Health. She's mostly psychology. So usually I just read these things and just arrange them the way they should go, or how I feel that as a person, if I'm come to invest into you, I would give you that money. She also captured that she participated in bridging the gap of poverty among children from disadvantaged community by volunteering for Feed One project, which was aimed at providing food to social disadvantaged children. Now this works well for me. She mentioned where she also volunteered even as an online website that was concerned with adolescent reproductive health, because she was going to do an adolescent reproductive health issues. Now she mentioned that my special interest lies in sexual and reproductive health of vulnerable populations. So she mentioned that during her master's degree, she attended these particular conferences, which helped her to engage in terms of networking, and also to be able to have valuable experiences in terms of teaching, because she had to do a couple of teaching modules. And she highlighted that if she's able to be given the PhD at University of Sydney, she'll obviously get the opportunity to work with experienced lecturers, and that will enhance her career goal and what she hopes to achieve. And so at the end of the program, my goal is to work both as a researcher and a lecturer, providing, implementing policies and publishing research to improve public health. So with all the points I mentioned, she obviously made a mention of what she did, what she has been able to do, and what her skills were that helps and fits the particular master's program or PhD program she was applying for, and what were the necessary skills she developed doing those kind of times she was also doing volunteering work that could help in that particular master's course she was applying for.